Hey y'all, it's John, and welcome to Ty Lopez's garage. I really like that Lamborghini as bookshelf, so I decided to buy it from him and just keep him in the background. So today we're going to review Optionsfy. I'm going to give you my recommendations on Optionsfy and drop some knowledge. Now, what is Optionsfy? If you watch the Invest with Henry channel, this is a options platform he helped build, if I understand correctly, and it gives you options picks. It's an option picker. It says it's beat the market 9 out of 10 years with an average rate of 35%, which is really awesome if true. And, they built this algorithm for all these options, on-chain scanning, blah, blah, blah. And then it gives you a bunch of option strategies for that. So how much you have to pay to beat the market 9 out of 10 years and get an average yearly return of 35%. So the current pricing is $67 a month or $497 a year, which if you do beat the market, that's a pretty good deal. Receive regular research insights. You get monthly analysis of portfolio reviews. You get the Discord community. Get daily options strikes. You get daily option recommendations to your email, strike prices. You get a whole bunch of things, right? So I decided to buy this for 1 month and test it out and see how I like the service. I wasn't ready to jump for a full $500 to see if I didn't like it. So I purchased a 1 month and I've been doing it for a couple weeks, just exploring the platform, and I'll give you my review on that. Now, when you enter Optionsfy, there are 3 main tabs. On the left, you have recommendations, predicted prices, and earnings. So we'll just start with the recommendations. Now, with the recommendations, it has just really all the types of typical option strategies: call credit spreads, covered calls, debit call spreads, debit put spreads, buying calls, selling puts, buying puts. So you really have everything on here. And when you click on one of these, it pops up a little chart. For that, it just comes standard with the Bollinger Bands, then a stochastic RAI. So it has a market sentiment, an AI score of how things will do, analyst EPS, and then, earnings beats. And then it has your suggestions of what to buy. So this all seems fine and dandy. You can pick what type of strategy you like to use, and then you can look at recommendations for that. Now, the problem is with the recommendations, they're honestly kind of messy. It's pretty silly. So a call credit spread is a bearish outlook. You're expecting the price to go down, right? So you think Google's going to go down if you're buying a call credit spread. But then if you go down to debit call spreads, this is when you're buying the call, you're expecting the price to go up. Google's also there again. Now, to be fair, it has a B minus and then a B recommendation, but it really has this for a lot of the stocks. They're in almost all categories. We can go to buying puts and buying calls, right? So let's look at buying puts. We have Google again, and then if we're going to buy a call, Google's also there again. But it has this with like Amazon, Apple. It's like putting all the stocks and all the strategies. So it's like, what is it? Am I going to buy a put or a call on Google? Am I bearish or bullish on Google? Now, if I was to start an option service and then say, you should buy a put or a call on Google this week, it'd be like, okay, thanks for the great advice, right? Do you think Google's going to go up or down? That's the realistic response. Who knows? But if I'm paying for a service, I'd expect to have clear recommendations. So honestly, the daily recommendations is like a no-go for me. It's not that great. Now, the next tab is predicted prices. It just gives you the symbol, how long I think the price will be at. So let's look at American Airlines. In 6 months, they think the price will be at $15.10. So if you want to sell a covered call, way months out at $15, right? Or you can buy a leap call for next year at $15. So again, not really great recommendations in my book. If you don't want to keep the shares, yeah, that'd be good because you'd sell at 15 and the predict price is only 15.10. So you'd probably collect a decent amount of premium again for the leap. But if you want to keep your shares, that's not the best covered call, right? According to their AI, because at 15.10, your calls would be called away. So it has this for a lot of those. Look, Airbnb, sell a call 125, but the predicted price is 126.72. Unless I'm completely not understanding how this works, these don't make a lot of sense. Now, the earnings is probably the best tab to sift through. It has the symbol, the expiration date. I'm filming this on 4/23, so this is an old one, but it's okay. They still have the ones upcoming, right? So the implied volatility move is 4.17% and a high chance of earning beat, right? So if it's expected to be earnings, you think it'd be bullish. So buying a call would make sense, or a debit call spread. But they're not all in congruence either. If we look at Apple, earnings is coming up this Friday. I'm filming this on 4/23. It'll be on 4/28. The implied move is 1.94% and has a high chance of earnings beat. but we're looking at a debit put spread. A debit put spread is a bearish move. So even though it's going to be earnings, the AI is thinking the stock's going to go down. Now, while that does happen, that is a possibility. It's just weird that it's in the recommendation. It's not a congruence. Like this one's high, it's buy call, a debit call spread. So that makes sense because you think it's going to go up. And then ABC is low, so you would do a bearish play. So you do a call credit spread or a debit put spread. So so that makes sense. So these are a little better in my book if you like playing earnings. I don't really like playing earnings, but if you do like playing earnings, this might be something for you. I think this is really the only worthwhile tab on the Optionsfy service. Now we can check out the Discord server. They do have a smaller community, so it is nice if you're looking for a small Discord community. Again, they do put the earnings beats on their Discord. That's the trade alerts tab. And then the trading floor, you do actually have access to some pretty knowledgeable people like Coach Caleb on there. He's pretty active. So you can talk to some of the coaches. They do reply to you. So if you need someone to talk to about options, this might be a good community, especially since it is small if you don't like the constant spamming Discords that you might be a part of. They have a couple different investor chats, the portfolio reviews as they were talking about earlier. So this might be something to actually pay for if you want that small investing community centered around options. Now, Optionsfy does also send you daily emails or daily picks. So you can see on this old one, the call spread BKBR, it had a B score, sell a call and buy a call. Right. So it does send you daily picks to your emails. And these are a little more incongruence. It's not just, putting Google in every category or Snap or Baba and then just expecting you to do one of them. Okay. So a little better, but still not my favorite. So what do I think about Optionsfy? Honestly, not my favorite paid trading service I've used. It seems bad, honestly, unless I'm just really not using it correctly, which might be possible. So if anyone has used this and does get good results, please comment down below and enlighten me, because for the past 2 weeks, I've been like, okay, which one am I doing? I don't like trading earnings, so that tab's just out for me. That's just my trading style. So it just doesn't make sense to me. It's not a good pick for me to pay for, especially at 67 bucks a month. I mean, I don't have a giant portfolio. It's not a ton of money, but it's not a little either. So I'd rather keep that 67 bucks a month and put it towards something else. If you got something out of this video, please subscribe down below and also comment where else would you like to see me. I bought Ty Lopez's garage. I don't know, I'm thinking about Mount Rushmore or something next week. Again, see you all in the comments and peace.